What do Chris Matthews, Joe Scarborough, and the rest of the cable news hosts
and Carlos Maza
have in common? They're multimillionaires.
Yep, that is right. And last summer, when Carlos Gaywonk Maza, who at the time was employed by Vox, was on his crusade to get Crowder deplatformed, I asked this question. Who raised this wuss? Who raised such a wimp where words on the internet are so scarring that he couldn't deal with it? So much he couldn't deal with it, and he had to try to get YouTube to take down Steven Crowder. Well, now we know who raised this wuss. Millionaires, actually more likely billionaires, and specifically tech company billionaires raised this insufferable wuss. YouTube socialist Carlos Maza slams the wealthy, but lived in luxury. Yes, believe it or not, Gaywonk, who has built his following off of spewing nonsense about how the world is stacked against you and advocating violence against his political opponents.
I call this color Central Park Bloodbath.
That guy is a child of the American dream. In his own words, my mom and her fiance are very wealthy thanks to a software company they started together when I was a kid. As a result, I've gotten to live a life of tremendous privilege. I got to go to college without debt and take low-paying internships when I graduated without worrying about rent or health insurance. And his parents, they're living the American dream. They immigrated here from Cuba, baby. Maza's mother, Vivian Maza, was one of the first employees at Ultimate Software, a Florida-based behemoth which now employs more than 5,000 people. Starting in 1990 as an office manager, she ultimately rose to become the group's chief people officer in 2004. And now her son's job is actually advocating the overthrow of the system that has lifted billions out of poverty and has helped them immensely. There's a reason that Gaywonk didn't share this key bit of information about himself until he was forced to. Because what does it do? Well, it destroys his credibility. Must feel deeply upsetting to have the fans that have been bankrolling his fight against the capitalist pigs that at the end of the day, the address Carlos is registered to vote at is what? Well, it's a beautiful 5-bedroom, 8-bathroom waterfront mansion in Boca Raton, Florida. Bet that feels like a bit of a betrayal to his commie followers. And yet, not surprising at all, how typical of an internet faux socialist to shout about classism in between bites of caviar from his silver spoon. Gaywonk cries, "Dear God, can we stop taking political advice from the ultra-wealthy?" Yep, we sure can, Gaywonk, and it starts with you.